Hello. My name's Banacek. My name is Banacek. My name's 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 Banacek.
His name's Banacek.
His name is Banacek.
What did you say your name was?
I didn't. It's Banacek.
The arrival of Banacek.
May I present Mr. Banacek?
Well, it's nice to meet you, Mr. Banacek.
Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Banacek. Pleased to make your acquaintance, Mr. Banacek.
Say hello to my new friend here, Banacek.
Hello, Banacek.
Hello, Banacek.
Hello, Banacek.
Hello, Banacek.
Hello, Banacek.
Well, hello, Mr. Banacek.
Oh, hello, Mr. Banacek.
Oh, hello, Banacek.
Hello, Mr. Banacek.
Ah, Mr. Banacek.
Mr. Banacek.
Mr. Banacek.
Mr. Banacek.
Mr. Banacek.
Mr. Banacek.
Mr. Banacek. Mr. Banacek.
Mr. Banacek.
Mr. Banacek.
Mr. Banacek.
Mr.
Banacek.
Mr. Banacek.
Mr. Banacek.
Mr. Banacek.
Mr. Banacek.
Mr. Banacek.
Mr. Banacek.
Mr. Banacek.
Mr. Banacek.
Mr. Banacek.
Mr. Banacek.
Mr. Banacek. Mr. Banacek. Mr. Banacek. Mr. Banacek. Mr. Banacek. Mr. Banacek. Mr. Banacek.
Mr. Banacek.
Mr. Banacek.
Mr. Banacek. Telephone.
Mr. Banacek is wanted on the phone.
Hello, this is Banacek. 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 My name is Banacek.
Mr. Banacek.
This is Banacek.
Guess who, Banacek?
Banacek.
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 Banacek. Banacek? Oh, yes, Banacek.
Banacek. Banacek.
Banacek.
Sorry, I didn't catch the name.
Banacek.
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 What was that word just before Banacek?
Banacek.
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 Banacek. I'm sorry, I don't remember your name. Banacek.
Banacek? What kind of a name's Banacek?
What kind of a name's Banacek?
Hey, what kind of name is Banacek anyway?
Banacek, eh? It's a beautiful name.
Banacek. That's Polish, right?
Banacek, that's, Polish, ain't it?
Banacek, that's a Slavic name, isn't it?
You're really Polish.
The Polish John Paul Jones.
Who are you?
My name's Banacek.
Banacek.
Check.
Banacek.
Banacek.
This is Mr. Banacek.
Hello, Banacek.
Mr. Banacek.
Hello, Banacek.
Mr. Banacek, how nice to see you again.
No thanks, Banacek. I already ran a check. Banacek.
My name's
Yeah, I know. Banacek.
Banacek, just like it sounds.
You're T. Banacek.
This is Mr. Banacek. Are you Mr. Banacek?
This is Mr. Banacek.
That's Banacek.
Are you Mr. Banacek?
This here is Mr. Banacek.
You Banacek?
Yeah, I'm Banacek.
You Banacek?
That's right.
Hey, are you Banacek?
You must have me confused with some other Banacek.
I can't identify this man. His name is Banacek. He's an insurance investigator.
I'm sort of an investigator.
Mr. Banacek's a kind of investigator.
What are you, some kind of barber inspector?
What are you? Some sort of fancy insurance investigator?
Banacek may be the best freelance insurance investigator there is.
Banacek, huh? You must be the new plumber.
My name's Banacek. I'm in the restoration business.
Restoration.
Restorations.
T. Banacek, Restorations.
Banacek restores things.
I'd like you to meet an old and dear friend of mine, Mr. Banacek.
Hey, girls, this here's a friend of mine, Mr. Banacek.
How do you do, Mr. Banacek? How are you, Banacek?
How are you?
I've been better, Banacek.
Where are you from, Banacek?
Where do you think I come from, Mr. Banacek?
Just where are we, Banacek?
Here we are, Mr. Banacek.
Now, where, may I ask, is Mr. Banacek?
I was looking for Mr. Banacek.
Where is Banacek?
I'm looking for Mr. Banacek.
I haven't seen Banacek since I arrived on the premises.
I don't even know if Banacek is in town.
Banacek? What are you doing here?
Banacek. What are you doing here at this hour?
Mr. Banacek is here.
All right, Banacek.
All right, Banacek, who let you in on this?
Now stay out of this, Banacek. This is government business.
Keep your distance, Banacek.
What you're worried about is Banacek. Why would I be worried about Banacek?
Mr. Banacek has a reputation.
You have an excellent reputation, Mr. Banacek.
Well, Mr. Banacek seems quite capable.
What was it you wanted to see Mr. Banacek about?
Mr. Banacek, please, I implore you.
Please, Banacek.
Please, Banacek.
Please, Banacek. Banacek, please.
Mr. Banacek, please.
Please, Mr. Banacek.
Please, Banacek, would you help us out?
I mean, help me, Banacek.
Banacek, help me find my father.
Banacek, this case you're working on.
I hear that the great turtle-necked Polish vulture is on the case.
Yes, we are bringing in Banacek. How did you know?
Never mind that now. Mr. Banacek wants to see you.
There's a Mr. Banacek here to see you.
What can I do for you, Mr. Banacek?
Okay, what can I do for you, Banacek?
How can I help you, Mr. Banacek?
Any way I can help you, Mr. Banacek. Mr. Banacek, I wish I could help you. Well, Mr. Banacek, what can I tell you?
I remember the whole thing quite clearly, Mr. Banacek.
I can tell you one thing that happened Sunday, Mr. Banacek.
Any more questions, Mr. Banacek?
Do you ever agree with anybody, Mr. Banacek?
Do you have any suggestions, Mr. Banacek?
Well, Banacek, how's it going?
Well, Banacek, how's it going?
Hey, Banacek, how's it going?
Come on, Banacek. I'll show you around.
Come on, Mr. Banacek. Come on, Banacek.
Come on, Banacek. Come on, Mr. Banacek, let's have a drink.
Brandy, Mr. Banacek.
Tell me, Banacek, do you like beer? You want to eat, Banacek?
Make sure you invite Mr. Banacek to dinner or lunch.
Banacek, want some lunch?
This is Banacek's favorite restaurant.
You'll love the eggs Banacek.
Eggs, Banacek?
Mr. Banacek seems to be fresh out of eggs.
I realize you must be quite a ladies' man, Mr. Banacek.
I might be able to entice Mr. Banacek.
Are you rich, Banacek?
Mr. Banacek, I think your whole attitude is chauvinistic.
This is Mr. Banacek. He's a professional chauvinist.
How do you do?
Banacek, it's getting very hot out here.
As long as you're hot, Mr. Banacek.
You and I have something to celebrate, Banacek.
I want you and Mr. Banacek to make it.
I'll show Mr. Banacek everything he wants to see.
With horses or people?
With both, Mr. Banacek.
Maybe your style, Banacek, but it's not mine.
Oh, not tonight, Mr. Banacek.
You gotta get yourself one of these, Banacek.
A Polish vibrator. It's something you might keep in mind, Mr. Banacek.
Banacek, you married?
Mr. Banacek, this is my wife.
This is my wife, Lucille, Mr. Banacek.
Got yourself a real fine woman here, Banacek.
Hey, Banacek, you're the luckiest cousin I've got.
You're Mrs. Banacek?
Meet Mrs. Banacek.
I'm not Mrs. Banacek.
You wouldn't be related to Dr. Theodore Banacek of the University of Warsaw.
Any relation to Leo Banacek?
In 12th century Poland, there was a poet, Banacek, who saved the throne for King Stanislaus I.
I sailed with a man named Banacek one time.
Banacek, we have searched every inch of this ship.
Get your people to let the ship sail.
My people, the Banaceks? All Banaceks are basically monarchists.
Tell me, just how rich are you, Mr. Banacek?
Look, I'm just a guy with a job.
I only speak to Mr. Banacek on insurance matters.
That's business, Mr. Banacek.
Yeah, well, I don't understand business too well, Mr. Banacek.
And even if there were no Mr. Banacek, I wouldn't talk to you.
Your friend Banacek won't object, will he?
Your friend Banacek told me to meet him here.
I don't know what Banacek thinks he's trying to pull here.
What's this all about? Banacek throwing a party?
Banacek at a posh party like this.
I don't mean to sound snobbish, Mr. Banacek.
Now, let me explain something to you, Mr. Banacek.
I'll speak quite frankly, Mr. Banacek.
Banacek, I'm going to speak to you very frankly.
To be perfectly frank with you, Mr. Banacek,
I'll level with you, Banacek.
I put it to you simply, Mr. Banacek.
I'll tell you something else, Banacek.
I'll tell you the truth, Mr. Banacek.
I'll tell you the truth, Banacek.
I'll confide in you, Mr. Banacek. I'll let you in on a little secret, Banacek.
Look, Banacek, I don't know how to put this to you delicately.
Well, you know how it is, Banacek.
You know what I'm talking about, Banacek.
Listen, Banacek. Listen, Mr. Banacek.
Now hold it, Banacek.
Don't interrupt, Banacek.
I'm disappointed in you, Banacek.
I don't like your tone, Banacek.
Look, I know how you feel about Banacek. Do you?
Somebody doesn't like you, Banacek.
That Banacek's a hard nose.
You don't give up, do you, Banacek? You're very good, Banacek.
Not even a good try, Banacek.
It's no use, Banacek.
Banacek, don't push me.
Banacek has beaten me out so many times.
Mr. Banacek, I think you already know.
Banacek knows.
Who said so?
Banacek said so.
How did you find out about that, Banacek?
Banacek, do you know how he did it?
Okay, you're so bright, Banacek. Suppose you tell me what happened here.
Okay, Banacek, why don't you spell it out for us poor, stupid peasants?
What remarkable depth of understanding, Mr. Banacek.
Very clever, Banacek, but I'll tell you one thing.
There is one flaw in your theory, Mr. Banacek.
Banacek, I didn't kill him.
My son is not a thief, Mr. Banacek.
Admit it, Banacek. This time I was way ahead of you.
See, we're way ahead of you, Banacek.
Ahead of Banacek, I might add.
Whatever you hold most dear, Mr. Banacek, double it.
He's not lying, Mr. Banacek.
Banacek, I thought you were my friend.
This is slender, Banacek.
Blast you, Banacek!
It's not her fault, Banacek. She's upset.
Is it really that important to beat out Banacek? Maybe you ought to give Banacek the benefit of the doubt.
Never mind, Banacek.
Pardon me, Mr. Banacek.
Sorry, Banacek.
I'm sorry, Banacek.
I'm sorry, Mr. Banacek.
Banacek, I'm sorry.
Oh, don't worry about it, Banacek.
Okay, Banacek.
Go on, Banacek.
Hey, that's not bad. You're okay, Banacek.
I like you, Banacek.
Thank you, Banacek.
Thank you, Mr. Banacek.
Thank you, Banacek.
Thanks, Mr. Banacek.
Banacek, the church will always be grateful to you.
Right on, Banacek.
See you shortly, Banacek.
See you soon, Mr. Banacek.
See you later, Banacek.
I'll see you later, Banacek.
Goodbye, Banacek.
What did you say your name was?
Banacek.